Hello everybody, it's your boy Parker York Smith here and welcome back to my channel where we talk about men's fashion, lifestyle, Instagram, all kinds of cool stuff. If you like the sound of that, hit that subscribe button and let's get this show on the road. Today we are going to be talking about camera lenses and how they can seriously help you up your Instagram game. Whether you're a blogger, a real estate agent, a salesperson, or just a person who's not one of those other things, having a great Instagram profile is becoming more and more important. Not only is it going to open up a ton of new doors as your following continues to grow, but it is also a really excellent creative outlet as well. If you're like me, you'll be sitting on your chair or on the couch or in bed and you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing all these amazing photos that people are posting. Maybe you even get a little bit jealous of how awesome they look and you wonder how you can match that awesomeness. It's okay, it's a natural reaction. The truth is, the better that people are and the more experience they have at photography and content creation, the easier they make it look. In reality, it oftentimes takes years of practice and fine-tuning to perfect your style and start to create the images that you're seeing on these people's pages. They spend a lot of time on this stuff, guys. So first and foremost, do not be discouraged by the fact that your content isn't currently at a level where you would like it to be. It's okay. Personally, I get DMs, emails, comments all the time asking me about what camera and what lenses I use to create my Instagram photos. So let's talk lenses. Now, of course, in order to even use lenses, you must first have a camera, so let's briefly touch on that. The quality of your camera is not as important as the quality of your lenses. If you've got some money to spend, you're much better off spending it on great lenses and a decent camera body and not the other way around. Don't get fooled into thinking that spending a ton of money on the best top quality camera body is automatically gonna make you a better photographer. It's not. There are tons of videos on YouTube of photographers taking incredible photos with little point and shoot cameras. It's because they're experienced. I used this $300 Canon Rebel for years and was able to get quality shots like these, all thanks to having great lenses. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm so glad that I took the time to learn how to use a camera properly before I dropped a bunch of money on something heavy duty and professional. It wasn't until I felt like I could not get any better with my Rebel until I upgraded to the 6D that I'm shooting on right now. But enough about cameras, let's talk glass. The first lens that I always recommend to people is the 50mm 1.8. It's extremely sharp, and because the aperture opens all the way to 1.8, which means that the lens is open super wide, it's gonna let a lot of light in and allow you to shoot in low light conditions. So if you're shooting in the house or in the evening when you get home from work or school, you can still be sure that you're gonna get a really crisp photo. Also with your aperture at 1.8, you're gonna get that really sexy buttery bokeh, that blurred background that everyone really loves. It isolates your subject and it just looks so nice. I primarily use this for waist up portraits or if I'm taking a shot of my shoes or my watch or specific details, product shots. Plus this bad boy only cost 150 bucks, which in the world of camera lenses is extremely affordable. Important side note, one thing that I was late to the game in learning is that lenses do not take into consideration the size of your camera's sensor, whether you have a crop sensor or a full frame sensor. Sometimes Jacqueline's not available to shoot my photos, so I end up having to just do it with a tripod and a remote like this. But with the 50 on a crop sensor, I had to stand almost 15 feet away from the camera and the remote wouldn't work, so it started to present a problem. Here's an example of the 50 on a crop sensor versus a full frame sensor. Next up is another really great lens, and that is near and dear to my heart. I've had a lot of good times with this thing, and that is the 24mm PANCAKE lens. This lens is for you cropped censored shooters out there because it is actually only compatible with that type of camera. Because the 24mm is half the focal length of the 50, meaning it's a wider angle, this acted like a 50 would on a full frame camera. I ended up only using this one for my full body portraits as I only needed to be like 6 or 8 feet from the camera in order to fit my entire body easily in the frame. This lens also works really great for landscapes because it is so wide, it'll fit a lot more information in your frame. Plus this is also only about 150 bucks, so the fact that I can't use it on my full frame camera is a bummer, but I got so much use out of it in the past that I feel like I definitely got my money's worth. The 50, by the way, is compatible on crop sensor and full frame sensor. Just FYI. Next up on our list of the best lenses for Instagram photos is the 24-70 2.8 zoom lens. It's a big step up from the other lenses, but it is arguably one of the most popular lenses in the entire world of photography. It's great because it can do just about anything. You've got the wide angle capabilities of the 24mm, the zoomed in capabilities of the 70mm, and everything on the whole spectrum in between. This was the first lens I bought when I got my new camera, and I rarely use anything else. It can easily grab full body, product shots, close-up headshots, landscape, anything you need. The clarity of the photos in the video is unreal, but at $1,700 it's a big investment. I recommend this one to people who are jumping from amateur to professional. Unless you just won the lottery, then go for it. There is also a 24-70 f4, which is around $700, but it's not gonna give you the same quality in portrait photography, which is something I use so much, so what are you gonna do? One of the best things about camera lenses, guys, is that they do not lose value, or very, very little, if any. So if you can find something that's used for a really good deal and it's been taken great care of, the quality is still gonna be excellent, even if it came out years ago. One last thing to understand is the difference between a zoom lens and a prime lens. A zoom lens is gonna have the capability to shoot at a lot of different focal lengths because you can zoom, obviously, but a prime lens is going to be a fixed distance at all times. The 50 and the 24, these are prime lenses. The 24-70, that's a zoom lens. The benefit of a zoom lens is that it makes it much easier to get a ton of different types of shots, and the benefit of a prime lens is that it's gonna be just a bit more sharp than a zoom lens will be. The reason for this is that inside of a prime lens, there's less glass, which means there's gonna be less diffraction. Honestly, I don't really know what all that means. It's just kind of one of those things you have to accept as fact. So, lenses will absolutely take your photos to the next level. Just make sure that you're being honest with yourself about what you are going to be using them for. If you're a big sneakerhead and you only plan on taking photos of your shoes, then a 50 is perfect. You don't even need to bother with anything else. However, depending on what camera you have, if you plan on taking shoe photos, full body portraits, and whatever else you can imagine, then the 24mm or a zoom lens might be the right choice for you. Before you get too excited and go out and buy something, make sure that you do your research and understand why you want this lens and what you're gonna be using it for. That way you don't waste your money. Obviously there are hundreds, if not thousands of other lenses out there, guys, and I certainly plan on expanding my arsenal as I progress, but these three are all that I have used up to this point, and they've gotten me to where I am today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope that it was helpful for you. There are links down in the description to all of these lenses, as well as some of my other favorites that I aspire to own one day. I would love to hear what some of your favorite lenses are and what you use to capture your photos. If you liked today's video, guys, I would love it if you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not already. Tell a friend about the channel, and as always, do it for you, not them. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.